It's 2 a.m. You are completely exhausted. You've had a long day of doing absolutely nothing productive, and your body is ready to shut down. You close your eyes, you take a deep breath, and then he wakes up. The voice, the roommate that lives inside your skull rent-free. And for some reason, he has decided that 2:14 a.m. is the absolute perfect time to host a podcast about every single mistake you have ever made in your entire life. He doesn't want to talk about your hopes, your dreams, or your plans for the future. No, he wants to talk about that time in middle school when the cashier at the movie theater said, "Enjoy your movie," and you replied, "You too." It's been 7 years. The cashier does not remember. The cashier might not even work there anymore. The theater might literally be a parking lot by now. But the guy inside my head is like, no, we need to analyze this. We need to suffer. But seriously, if you stop and think about it for a second, who exactly is that voice? If I am the one listening to the voice, then who is the one doing the talking? It sounds like me. It knows all my secrets. But I don't actively tell it to speak. It just starts yapping on its own. It's like having a radio in your car that you can't turn off, and it only plays a station called Overthinking FM. And the weirdest part about the inner monologue is that it doesn't actually have any volume. You can scream inside your head right now. Try it. Go ahead, just scream. Did it get louder? No, it just got more intense. You can whisper in your head, you can yell, but the actual volume never changes. It is the exact same decibel level. It's just you, simulating the concept of yelling. That is objectively insane. In the shower, you are basically Batman. Your comebacks are flawless. You are destroying this imaginary person with facts and logic. The guy in your head is feeding you the absolute perfect lines. But in real life, when someone actually confronts you, the guy in your head completely panics, unplugs the router, and leaves. You just stand there and go, yeah, well, shut up. Now, here is the part that is going to actually mess you up. Are you ready? Not everyone has one. Scientists did a study and found out that a huge chunk of the human population does not have an inner monologue at all. They live in complete, absolute silence. When they think, they don't hear a voice narrating their life. They just see abstract concepts or pictures, or they just know things. How do you live like that? How do you read a book? When I read a book, the guy in my head is putting on a full audiobook production. He's doing the voices and everything. Do these people just look at the ink on the paper and download the data like a USB drive? I genuinely don't know if I'm jealous of these people or terrified of them. On one hand, having total peace and quiet sounds amazing. On the other hand, how do you know you exist if you aren't constantly annoying yourself? Like René Descartes famously said, "I think, therefore I am." If you aren't chatting with yourself, are you just an NPC? Are you just background characters in my simulation? And because we have this voice, we also have to deal with its evil twin, intrusive thoughts. The inner voice is mostly just you talking to you, but intrusive thoughts, that's when the guy in your head decides to do a little trolling. You'll be standing on a balcony, enjoying a beautiful view, and the voice will just casually whisper, "Jump, just see what happens, do a flip." Or you'll be holding a baby, a fragile, cute little baby, and the guy in your head goes, "You know, you could totally throw this baby like a football right now." You don't want to throw the baby. You love the baby. But your brain is an absolute psychopath that just wants to test the physics engine of reality. Psychologists call this the call of the void. It's your brain's weird way of checking if your survival instincts are still working. It's basically a system diagnostic check, but it uses the most horrifying scenarios possible. So, at the end of the day, I guess I'm stuck with this guy. He's annoying. He has terrible timing. He remembers all my worst moments and absolutely none of the math I learned in high school. But without him, it would be pretty lonely in here. He's the only one who truly understands my jokes, mostly because he wrote them. If you made it this far, comment down below whether you have the voice, or if you are one of those silent USB drive people. I need to know how many NPCs are watching this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and try to get some sleep tonight. Just don't think about that time you called your teacher Mom.